Hello, Mega Mafia. This is Joshua Gnonaj here with another episode of the MegaCast. I am Joshua Gnonaj here with the Professor and Samiya. Guys, what a time to be alive here.
I know. I'm your replacement.
Well, wait a second. Listen, just because I had car troubles doesn't mean you're the replacement. I had car troubles.
Well, we took a vote. You were voted off the island.
Yes.
Okay.
You got to go through vetting process again to get your job back.
Exactly. We'll interview you for the third spot. How about that?
I hope so. I'll bring the resume too if I have to print it off again.
We'll see how you do on this podcast, and then maybe we'll give you consideration.
Oh, yep. Goodness, man! Is it? I know it's summer, but man, you guys are bringing too much heat on me right now.
Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen.
Well, anyway, Saturday Night Slam 4. There was a great show as always.
With Samiya is the title. Saturday Night Slam 4 with Samiya.
I just printed it off. I don't see your name on it.
They changed it.
Okay. The last minute change. Okay.
They changed it.
Maybe my printer ink ran out or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you can't afford color ink, but let's not talk about that.
Well, it was what a show it was. We did see Butler Boy representing Cash Inc. Defeating Chris Yeager. And let's just be honest. Butler Boy, he is the real Battle Royal winner. And Cash, Ken Vasion, my apologies.
We don't talk about him here.
What was that?
We don't talk about Ken here.
That's true. The Professor does have a victory over Ken. Let's not forget about that.
Well, I have to say, and I apologize for bringing up this name, but Ken Vasion continues to mistreat Butler Boy, continues to take Butler Boy's victories and claiming them as their own. The big news in this match, though, was finally another case of the leader of a faction sort of abusing the other members of the faction, and it backfired on Chris Yeager. That
was my favorite part.
Yeah, as Raven and Arg turned on Chris Yeager, and that partially led to Butler Boy getting the win.
Butler Boy, he's been building some steam, I should say. He put on a flawless victory over the Battle Royal, now defeating Chris Yeager. I'm interested to see what's next for Butler Boy, if I have to be honest.
I really want to see him drop Ken.
Trust me, I try to get his real name, but Ken really does not like me getting that out and doesn't really want me to talk to anybody.
I know his real name. I might leak it, but you guys have to pay me more.
I only got $3. I can't just... I guess, if I have to pay, all right, I'll find out something to do.
I'll send you my information. You can wire me the money.
Okay. Sounds like a deal for me. But moving on, we did see Tariq Kalam defeating Brendan Richards. Professor, you must be impressed with Kalam getting that victory.
I was extremely impressed with him that night. He was in good form even for Tariq, who is one of Mega's top competitors, but he was even better than usual. And it really was really happy to see it. There are those that called that as a match that kind of stole the show because both competitors were really into it, and it was only marred by the attack by, and we know his name now, Cisco Sucio attacked Tariq Kalam after the match and sort of laid Tariq out, and he wanted to make his mark in Mega Championship Wrestling, Cisco Sucia did, but I think he did it by poking the bear. He might not like it when things are even between him and Tariq.
Is Tariq still in the hospital, or what happened with that?
I haven't heard from him lately. I'll have to check my texts.
Okay.
Well, like what we said on the first episode, Professor, this was a must-win for both of these guys. And Kalam walked away victorious, and now he's got another bone to pick.
Exactly.
I don't like to say too many good things about Tyreek because he did bully me, but also Brennan did it as well. But I will say he did hold his own. I'll give him that.
Fair enough, but we did see the Fighting Spirit Championship on the line when Bryson Tiller retains by defeating the Pastor CeeLo.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we did see Jacket make its return.
Pastor CeeLo, he actually, he's crazy like a fox, as they say. He has some unconventional methods and all that, but he actually gave a very good accounting for himself, except he crossed the line when he put his hands on Jacket and tried to clean Jacket and revive Jacket that way. And Jacket, I think, came back with a vengeance for Bryson, leading to the win.
Absolutely. And there's one thing you don't do. You don't touch a man's jacket. And I was sitting there at the Rocking Horse Rumble, and when Teller was trying to find Jacket, I was very terrified. Did not want to look eye to eye to Teller. I mean, I don't know where Jacket was, but we did find out, and now Jacket is more, I would say more vicious and more, got more plans for Bryson Teller. And
because he went through the spin cycle.
Yeah. And continuing on, Teller, I mean, he's putting on a lot of banger of the matches, taking on Pastor CeeLo, taking on Madman Fulton, King Crab, just to name a few. But what's next going to be for Teller? I mean, it was a very, very somewhat feel-good moment where connecting with the Jacket once again.
Right. He certainly exemplifies the fighting spirit, and it's a well-deserved title for him. And again, I think Pastor CeeLo, if he just reeled it in a bit, could have been a really serious channel. We should maybe see if we could get Jacket on as a guest to the podcast sometime. Maybe do a quick interview with him.
I would love to have a interview with Jacket and Bryson Teller to see what could be next for that Fighting Spirit title.
I would just like to say that both of them have attacked me before, so I don't know if that's a good idea.
If we spend our time running down all the people who allegedly bullied you, this is going to be a really long podcast.
I mean, I'm not a very threatening person, so I feel like people just pick on me.
Yeah, poor you. Everyone picks on Samiya.
Well, guys, we got to move on. We don't want to bash heads right now. I don't want Samiya to leave this call, and I don't want the professor to leave this call. I don't want to fly this solo. I need someone to back off to. It's I can't do this all by myself, guys. Come on. But speaking of which, we did see Big Mo defeating RJ Jonesy. I gotta say, what was that?
I love to see it.
It's great to see how much Jonesy is growing as an individual. Doesn't need Pastor CeeLo anymore. I mean, after what Pastor CeeLo fed him to Bryson Teller, I mean, I don't blame Jonesy to be upset. And it's great to see that he's flying solo on his own and making carving his own path, actually.
Now Mo indeed would have kicked out of the pin, but for Pastor CeeLo to come in and break up the pin that Jonesy had, no wonder. I think that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And Jonesy is a good-natured guy, but I think he just got pushed too far by Pastor CeeLo. And Jonesy should be proud of how he hung in there and did about as well as you could expect. He gave a good account for himself, but Big Mo was just too much for him on that night.
I told you CeeLo has always been the problem. Always. I've never had any good experience with CeeLo.
Now, I would tend to agree with you on that one, Samiya.
Well, I could agree to that as well, because Pastor CeeLo took my euro and I really have not seen it since. So I don't know.
You live in America.
Yeah, but I like to tend to collect money from everywhere else in this country. It's not instead of just the US of A. I want to collect some more money on the outside, and I'm trying to have a fun little collection, but Pastor CeeLo took it, so it kind of ruined it.
Indeed.
But speaking of which, we did see Cash Inc. beating the Party Posse to become the new Mega Tag Team Champs. My jaw literally dropped just to see that Cash Inc. are now tag team champions.
Disgusted. That's my review.
Well, it took a low blow to win the match, though. It was a very tightly contested match. Both teams, as they have in the past, really fought tooth and nail against each other, and they were going back and forth. And it was a shame that such a good match came to such a poor conclusion, winning by a low blow. And more than anything, it is a scary proposition for me that Ken Vasion now has the Mega Champion as well as the tag team champions. So, you know, I dislike them. Samiya dislikes them. I don't know your feelings, Josh, but we have to give the devil his due. You know, whether it's in his recruiting or in his motivation or the money he pours into these people, he has something going on to have the champions that he does. And I hope that changes real quickly. And I don't think the Party Posse is going to take this laying down. There was a stunning revelation in this match, though. And I don't know.
I think you'll love it.
Believe it or not, and we were shocked at ringside.
I was.
El Tic Taco revealed that he was not El Tic Taco, the genuine article. But
you mean El Nacho? You mean El Nacho?
El Nacho, right?
Yeah, but you're good.
Thank you. El Nacho revealed that he was not the genuine El Nacho, but
wait, I want him to guess. Guess
who was it? Who do you think it was?
It wasn't me, that's for sure. It wasn't the Duke. I hope it wasn't the Duke. I really don't know. And like I said, like,
guess who's short, has terrible fashion, and is the worst person ever in Mega.
Well, I'm not going to throw someone under the bus like that. I really don't have a answer. I'm curious. Who is it?
It was Norm.
You got to be kidding me! You got to be kidding me!
I know.
Listen, Norm. I hope Norm is listening to this. Norm, you have became a thorn on my backside for no reason. I thought we were good friends since I got to Mega, and now all of a sudden, turn your back. You got fired as a referee, and then you disguise yourself as El Nacho. Of all things, I knew I didn't like El Nacho for a reason. I knew it.
If it makes you feel any better, he was on commentary later on that night, and I kicked him off.
Excuse me?
We could tell you're really shocked by this.
We didn't pay him, though. He worked for free, if that makes it any better.
Well, that's good to hear that he worked for free, but like, no, I hope he stays far, far away from the commentary desk when I'm back behind the desk joining you guys.
He actually said that you messaged him and sent him like a whole love letter about how much you love him, you want to see him, and you couldn't wait to like.
I do not send love letters. Listen, the guy stole my credit card information. He did deliver a collectibles item from The Simpsons of a Hawaiian shirt that Homer Simpson was wearing, and he paid a lot of money, and I donated that to charity because I'm not going to, give it to Norm because, like I said, Norm is such a thorn in my backside.
I don't suspect that will change soon.
Oh, unbelievable.
Maybe we should have an intervention.
An intervention?
Yeah.
For who?
You and Norm.
I'd rather not, because Norm stole my cookies. Because I knew it was Norm the whole time. He stole my cookies the last time. And no, we got to move on. I don't want to stress about this. And this was going to be a 2-hour, 3-hour, maybe 4-hour podcast if I talk about Norm the whole time, how much I really can't stand Norm. Anyway, we got to move on. We got to move on. I got to calm down. Got to listen to my therapist. Got to breathe in, breathe out. And we got to move on. We do have, we do have Shogun and Paxton Calloway defeating the Believers. I heard that Paxton Calloway and Shogun put on one hell of a performance as a tag team.
It was a juggernaut, and the finishing move that team has is, you know, I've been watching wrestling 50 years now, seriously, and I've never seen a tag team move as devastating as the move they had. There's pictures of it online. I think there's videos of it online. If you haven't seen them, go and check them out on the Mega Facebook page. But I really, you know, really don't know how anyone would be able to kick out of that move.
Absolutely. And the one thing is, Cash Inc., they have to keep their eyes peeled because, you know, Paxton and Shogun, they are going to chase after those gold.
But then I feel like him would get beat up. You know, he likes to interfere. Might be a little moment.
I think the only one that's going to stop Paxton and Shogun is themselves. And
or
again,
tractor.
Pardon me?
Or a tractor.
Or a couple of tractors, maybe.
Yes.
This match was also very notable for the post-match activities. As you might know, there's been some tension between the two members of the Believers, between
absolutely
Jimmy James and Mikey Michaels.
Yes.
And that sort of came to a head during this match. And Mikey alleging that Jimmy was not, you know, giving his all, not putting forth a good effort. And the coach made his return to Mega Championship Wrestling to try to patch things up. So we thought.
Mm-hmm.
As it turned out, he and Mikey turned on Jimmy James, and the Believers are no more.
And I have heard it was a 1-year anniversary for the Believers, and I was trying to believe so much. I tried to even patch things up with these guys, and it didn't look so good for them. And like just to hear that the Believers are no more kind of hurts a little bit.
But I feel like the chant, the love between them, it was all indicative of like a terrible toxic relationship.
But absolutely. And you know, it's time to see what is going to happen between Mikey and Jimmy. I mean, we did see Mikey have a dominant performance at Tuesday Turmoil.
I will say that this match really engaged the crowd at Victory Park as much as any match. There were people coming from the softball fields. I almost said software fields. Where's my head at? Softball fields to watch this match, and you could just see how the Believers, when it looked like they were coming back together, it was tugging at everyone's emotional strings, their heartstrings, until Coach pulled the rug out from everyone and shocked the world.
Absolutely. And well, since we have to move on, we had seen Megan Myers defeating, well, Samiya, you're very familiar with, Sebastian LeSean.
That never happened.
You mean it never
He defeated
happened?
Meg.
Oh, that's not what I recall.
That is.
He
dominated. He was the best on the show.
He did wrestle a good match, I will say that, but I seem to recall Megan's hand being
I'm
raised.
only friends with winners, so there's no way he could have lost. I mean, I feel like he dominates. He's going places. Like,
he is.
Maybe you guys have a skewed view because you guys aren't as good as him.
Oh,
he's a good wrestler, but on that night he came up on
Okay, next match.
All right, well, the next match, as you requested, the Rat Pack became the 2022 Mega Cup winners by defeating Thad Carter, the Duke, and LSD, aka Alpha Beta Duke. What a victory, really, because the Rat Pack, I mean, we did see Crumbles losing DeFarge and, you know, moving on to the Rat Pack, and, you know, they do have somewhat of history, and JVN making his return of all things to win the Mega Cup. I heard there was a great party, and I'm sad that I missed out on that party.
This was a wild match. It went all over Victory Park. It was utter chaos.
Too many Skittles.
Too many Skittles, definitely. I would say that a match like this, certainly one referee cannot maintain control when all these competitors are going at it. And again, I do believe that the continuity and the connection between the Rat Pack, they're just a little more of a team, I think, than bringing together some of the elements in Alpha Beta Duke. They're all great wrestlers, but I don't know if they quite gelled yet. You know, give them another 6 months of working together, and that might be a different result.
I think they might have pre-gamed on Skittles a little bit too hard before the match.
A distinct possibility.
Well, thankfully, I have not tried the Skittle. I heard it's a wild experience. I do not want to witness that experience. I'm trying to make sure I'm okay to do some commentary, or in this case, the MegaCast. I do not want to be like off the walls or somewhere or two even. But speaking of referees, there was a controversial ending between the Mega Championship between Casey Carrington and Ashton Day. I have to hear this since you both were sitting both at ringside. I have to hear about this controversial ending.
Well, I was being attacked on commentary by Ark and Raven, but I will say, I think that Casey won.
It sure looked from my eyes that Casey won, and it was very controversial, as all of Cash Inc.'s matches seem to be. Ashton Day, great competitor, but he doesn't seem to win on his own. It really makes me wonder, you know, if he had to fight on his own, would he be able to get wins over Casey Carrington? But
absolutely not.
Was his foot on the ropes when he was being pinned, or was it placed on afterwards? It was really hard from our vantage point to tell. But again, another very difficult match, again, bottom line, I suppose, from Ken Vasion and Cash Inc.'s viewpoint is at the end of the match, Ashton had his hand raised in victory.
But I will say it is interesting that they had to come out and disqualify him. Maybe they don't think that he can win himself.
Exactly. And the Party Posse finally came out too on that one. So there seems to be a lot going on between Cash Inc., the Party Posse, Casey and Ashton, and just a lot. I'm sure that will come to a head in future weeks and months.
Absolutely. And speaking of that Mega Championship, what is next for Ashton Day? Ashton Day posted a video when he was on vacation, calling out stars like Reed, Miguel, Joey Janela, and he wants to face someone, but not the name of Casey Carrington. I mean, he's calling out everyone. Anyone is welcome. I mean, Samiya, you could even challenge for it. And
I think I'll have Sebastian do it.
Fair enough. Fine. But I was going to ask you guys, I'm going to put you both on the hot seat. Who would you like to see Ashton Day face for that Mega Championship?
The answer for me is quite obvious. Who is the holder for quite a while now of the secondary title in Mega Championship Wrestling? Who won the Battle Royal last January? Who is one of the most popular and greatest competitor and toughest competitor in all of Mega Championship Wrestling? Big Mo. Big Mo has earned the chance, and I can say unequivocally that he ought to be the #1 competitor. Now, I know I'm not responsible for booking the matches, and I know the promoter has, you know, a lot of reasons for doing things, but he is my favorite, a sentimental favorite, and also an intellectual favorite.
That's a very, very, very good choice. Now, Samiya, you said it. Sebastian, are you going to continue rooting for Sebastian for this?
I mean, I can understand Big Mo. I really could. But I have to stick with Sebastian. I mean, he has everything. Everything. Everything you could ever want. Hardworking, fast, fashionable, the best. What more could you want?
He is very skilled. I know he won the light heavyweight title in Power Pro Wrestling, or Power Slam Wrestling rather. And the only thing is, like, he's so talented. Why does he feel the need to try to go beyond the rules is beyond me.
I mean, rules are meant to be broken. Rules are meant to be broken. Within reason. I feel like it's always within reason. We've never, sent several people out to attack people. We aren't Cash Inc. We just use people's stupidity against them.
Fair enough. For me, I believe I would like to see Paragon take on Ashton Day. The brash, the cockiness. I love Paragon. Always been a huge supporter of Paragon. I mean, Paragon won titles all over the world, and what a way to have another title added to that the belt collector of Paragon, I should say. But I have to say, Mega Mafia, if you would like to leave a comment, please predict who you think will face Ashton Day for that Mega title. And be sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, Pro Wrestling Tees, Mega Wrestling. Tuesday Turmoil is every Tuesday at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live. And, be sure to tune in on the MegaCast, where us three are just going to sit back, talk about some results of the shows, and, well, like in this case, to see who we'd like to see to face Ashton Day. This has been Joshua Gnonaj. Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much, Samiya, for filling in the gap for me missing out on the show. I promise I will not be missing the show again. I will be behind the desk again. And I am here to say we are signing off. Thank you so much.